Hello, and we hope that you're having a fantastic Friday. Today, we want to continue what is an extremely important initiative that's going on in the lives of small businesses, but in particular, the lives of small restaurants. The Restaurant Revitalization Fund is perhaps one of the most important initiatives going on in one of the most significant industries in our country. Why? Because we all must eat. And small businesses and small restaurants provide the services and support that we need in order to, in this day and time, in order for us to survive. So our goal here at the Tarrant Small Business Development Center is to help them survive. And so this upcoming week is very pivotal. You've had, no doubt, quite a few orientations, webinars, discussions, emails, presentations concerning Restaurant Revitalization Program. The overview of it is that it's a program that is set up, unlike other SBA programs, it's set up to where it can help also restaurants that opened during 2020, as opposed to only helping those that was open prior to the coronavirus. So this is a program that is intended to put this particular market, this particular industry, hopefully to get it back on its feet and running. So today, I chose to, again, focus on it one more time. The reason for that is that as of May the 3rd, in just a few short days, the application portals will open. The point of sales agencies will be able to accept your applications. There are millions of restaurants across the United States. There is a prioritization as to how these applications will be handled. We want to ensure that you understand the prioritization, that you understand the application, and that you understand the documentation that you'll need in order to successfully navigate through the RRF. And so today, I'm bringing you just a little bit more information that you will need when May the 3rd arrives so that you can successfully complete your application. Now, I will say this in advance. We here at the Tarrant SBDC, our COVID team, has done a masterful job of pulling together all of this data and information. We're even positioned to where we can help you pre-fill out your application. And if you pre-fill out your application, that will help you identify that you do, number one, have all of the adequate information. Number two, that you understand the application. And then number three, the issues you have upon submitting it will be minimized. Therefore, all things lined up properly will give you a better response and a better application for the Small Business Administration to consider when they are evaluating the application you've provided for them. So this is important. It's important for a lot of us that you succeed. And so today, we're going to simply talk about how to apply, because there are multiple ways that you can apply. Unlike the PPP loan, it won't necessarily go through a bank. You can use the telephone or you can use other systems. So today's session is about how to apply. On my screen, you'll see the presentation. So shall we get started? Okay, so as I've already stated, applications open on May the 3rd, 2021. There are three ways to apply for the Restaurant Revitalization Program, our fund. Number one is going to be through a recognized Small Business Administration restaurant partner. Number two will be through the SBA directly at restaurants.sba.gov, or unlike before, you can phone in your application at 844-279-8898. And let me give you that information one more time, just in case you're writing it down. The phone number, if you wanted to phone in your application or phone in your information, is 844-279-8898. So here's a process that I want you to walk through with me, and depending upon whether your answer is yes or no, will determine what your next steps are. So the very first question that I would like to ask you is, do you use one of the SBA's point of sale restaurant partners? Now, what a point of sale is a software made by a vendor or manufacturer representative that allows you to operate a cash register system or a software system that keeps track of your inventory, keeps track of your registry receipts. And typically for the restaurant industry, there are vendors and providers who sell these systems as a system to the restaurants. So if you bought one of these systems, if you have one of these systems, then you need to ask them if they are participating in the Restaurant Revitalization Fund as a registered vendor. If the answer is yes, then you can register through that application, through that vendor for this RRF program. But if you don't use a point of sale system that is approved by the SBA, then what you need to do is you need to make sure that you do at least have access to the internet. If you do not have access to the internet, then you need to use the telephone number that was provided. That number again being 844-279-8898. But if you do have internet services, you can go to the restaurants.sba.gov and you can fill out your information via the website. Again, that is restaurants.sba.gov for assistance with filling out your application. Now, let's talk about the restaurant partners, those who are declared to be point of sale providers. Okay, so first of all, understand that there's software, hardware, and payment services that's used by the restaurant industries and other retail industries. But for today's discussion, the restaurant industry, they are more than capable of helping you make this application. Additionally, they have the capabilities, the training, and the connections into the SBA to help you complete your application. Now, if you decide to go directly to the SBA, what you will need to do is make sure you have all of the required documentation, which is why you'd want to contact the Tarrant SBDC, because we can help make sure that you do have all of your required documentation. If you need more information, you can visit the restaurants.sba.gov to access the application platform itself. Again, that's restaurants.sba.gov. What you'll want to do when you arrive at that portal is create an account, complete the application questionnaire and attestations that the information is correct and accurate. And then you want to upload any of the necessary documentations or information that they're asking for. And upon application completion, a DocuSign package will be sent to the email entered in the application portal. Next, you will want to sign that DocuSign package that was sent to you via your email. Then the SBA will review your application. Once you sign it and return it, the process begins on the SBA side. They will review your application. The review will take approximately 14 days to complete. Okay, and they will either, after the end of that 14 days or approximately that time frame, they will make one determination, or they may ask you for additional information. You will be able to check the status of your application via the application portal. So if you sign up through the restaurants.sba.gov, you'll be able to go back there to check on the status of your application. The application decision information are required for further documentation will be sent to the email associated with the application account. So the email that you put on your application, that's who and where and how they're going to correspond back and forth with you. If you are approved, and we are all hopeful that each of you will be approved, funds will be automatically deposited into the bank account that you used on your application. Now, say for instance, you don't have a point of sale provider, nor do you have internet, so you can't provide, you can't go to the internet to sign up. Then you can use a 844-279-8898 phone number and apply for the RRF. You will again need all of your information, but here's what's going to take place. Item number 3 tells you that you're going to complete the application questionnaire via the phone and all of the attestations via the phone with a support agent. So someone is going to ask you and verify that information that you're providing. The completed application and signature documents will be mailed to you. So please understand, this process will probably be the slowest and the most lengthy in order to complete, but it is a option that is available to you. Applications must mail the fully executed and notarized, notice I said notarized application back to the SBA. What they're looking for is to make sure that your information is correct and that it has been validated. Then the SBA will review the application again, taking that 14-day period or that 14-day window to evaluate your information. The decision or the request for further documentation will be sent to will be sent using the email that was provided on through your telephone application. And then finally, if you're approved, the funds will be automatically deposited to your bank account that was used on the application. All right, so let's talk about receiving funds. The SBA will direct these funds to your operating account. And that's critical, because for businesses that don't have an operating account, you will not receive your funds deposited into your personal account. It must be a business operating account. For your protection, the SBA requires disbursement to be placed into the applicant's commercial account. Using the SBA automatic linking service will help to expedite this process. In cases of sole proprietors operating without a commercial account, the SBA will require supporting documentation to demonstrate this account is utilized for restaurant operations and is owned by the sole proprietor. The Small Business Administration will not allow funding accounts with limited or less than 3 months of history or unrelated ownership to the applicant. Finally, very important, failure to align these payment rules will delay applicant funding. So if you don't follow the rules for how you receive the money, it will, without a doubt, delay applicant funding. Now, if you want assistance with the application, the same phone number that I gave you for the telephony application, the 844-279-8898, you can call that number. You can also call the Tarrant SBDC. The phone number for the Tarrant SBDC is 817-515-2600. And we're here to help. We'll walk you through a real or mock application to make sure that all your information is correct. If you need assistance, more assistance, feel free to reach out to us at our website, which is tarrantsbdc.org. That's tarrantsbdc.org. That really will conclude today's presentation. May the 3rd is only a few days away. This grant is vital for so many of you. And our goal is to help as many of you who are eligible to apply successfully to receive the funds that will help your business survive. Again, you can go to restaurants.sba.gov. You can call our phone number at the Tarrant SBDC at 817-515-2600. We're here to help. Thank you and have a great day.